No. Yeah, my uncle just passed away. No, he didn't, but fuck, he just hangs on and it's just driving us crazy. Fucking wrap it the fuck up, you know, talk, you know, like looking like recognizes shapes like a baby, but come on. Anyway, we all got together and talked and said, Will, Schmill, we're just gonna start slowly filtering things out of the estate. And, well, here's something wild that happened. I got this really cool painting, pastoral scene with a barn and a hill. It looks kind of like an Andrew White. And I turned it over on the back. And there's an old Civil War letter stuck into the frame. And, well, I got it right here. And it's amazing. Some of the parallels from that time till now, it's really remarkable. And it's funny how some things never change. I'm going to read it in what I think his voice might have sounded like. And oh no, I wasn't there. But I'm going to try to characterize it. Forgive me if I got it wrong. The seasons are changing now. The golden leaves remind me of your flaxen hair. The war has continued to devastate this beautiful land which was once whole. I can only assume that the rest of my division is now dead. Good men gone, buried in this trodden soil. I do truly miss you, my beloved Clara. I sleep and dream of the time when you and I were in the orchard behind the parson's property. You playfully threw an apple at me and I threw one back, and before we knew it, we were both rolling on our backs and laughing, completely covered in bruises. And how I long to be there with you now. I share my tent with a man named Hewitt Keyes. He hails from Virginia and is an estimable cook. His division was slaughtered at Clayton's Bend. Keyes spends his days in the surrounding woods gathering roots, tubers, and occasional small game. He makes an adequate stew, and on these things we subsist, as our last orders were to wait at this outpost until our commanding officer returns. My deepest fear is that our captain has been killed, or has been misinformed that we are dead. But as our orders state, we will wait at this position. These days are unbearably long. Now I must pause and go forage for tinder wood to make a fire. Keyes has returned with what meager edible things remain in our vicinity, a basket of wild mushrooms. What the war has not taken from the land, Keyes and I apparently have. I will put pen back to paper once we have supped upon the last of the food. Oh, how I long for one of your delicious pies, my beloved Clara. It is now dark, and our meal is done. I write to you by the light of a candle fashioned from boot wax. It burns poorly and smells of printing press oil. The mushroom soup was at first abhorrent to the palate, but then seemed to transform, as if by conjurance of magic, into a confection of a substantially higher order. My stomach is uneasy from it, though. I must set my pen down now, for the candle's glow is more brilliant than I have ever seen it before. I feel strange, and I hope that I have not been poisoned by one of the many different mushrooms cooked in haste. I really must set my pen down now. The candle has become a small sun in the middle of my tent. Oh, Clara, Clara, Clarabelle! When will I get to ring that little bell of yours? That last statement was uncharacteristically inappropriate, and I hope that you will forgive me this transgression. I am setting this pen down now so that I can feel the texture of my beard. Pretend that I am touching your... Once again, I'm begging your forgiveness. My tent is breathing incidentally.
It is morning now, and Keys is outside. He spent the night telling me of his daring escape from the enemy by hiding under a pile of dead soldiers. His grim tale did not bring me to tears. I began to laugh. And then Keys began to laugh, and we laughed and laughed and laughed until we vomited. And then laughed at the patterns our vomit had formed on the ground. Keys is currently sitting in a tree. He is completely nude. He claims that the soil under our feet is made up of everything that has ever died. I saw him climb the tree with the speed and skill of a squirrel, and am a different man for having done so. I remain here in the tent, which has now grown to the proportions suitable for a traveling circus. I no longer question these things. Perhaps a testament to mankind's capacity to simply accept and even embrace the absurd. Sweetest clary-nary bobbly-boo! It occurs to me that the odds of you ever receiving this letter are poor at best, so I'm just gonna let the quill do as it will in my hand. Uniform. Oh, uniform. Unified form. Pistol piss, which has taken its toll. Infantry, infants who must try. Civil War. They kill you with tea and scones. I only hope that these words will carry the same depth of meaning to someone who has not enjoyed a bowl of our soup. Oh, angelic I envision myself beneath your hoop skirt, watching my pudendum grow beneath you, hoisting you in the air like a bumbershoot. I must pause now. Indians are here. These Indians are quite social and seem to have the ability to appear and disappear into thin air depending on how strangely I'm feeling at the moment. The elder has just informed me that Keys' new name is He Who Is Naked and refuses to come down from the fucking tree. Keys insists that his real name is Oakleaf and cannot come down until the rest of his brothers have fallen. The elder has just named me Sweating Deer. He's vanished again. My vigor is boundless, and I am compelled to run through the woods. I have abandoned my post. Fuck this war. I feel light. Once again, I must set my pen down as my writing is found to be lacking while leaping over rugged terrain.
Clara, my head is free of the vapors which possessed it before. And I release you to find another love, dearest one, as I evidently find myself to be an established member of high society here in Paris. Though I have no recollection of learning one word of French, I have somehow talked my way into the heart and home of a woman who permits me into every last single place on her person. Now, I will miss holding hands and the long strolls that we took in the park, but this is clearly better. Bon vie, sweating deer. Oh, thank him. I don't know.